Oh, oh. 390. I like this. I like this a lot. Oh, 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 baby. Let's see here. Nice little bottom bounce. I don't really know what I like right now. I really kind of like this. You notice this big downfall, and then you get another reversal candle like this. It probably is going to see some more upside, in my opinion. I would love to see this breakdown to lower the day, which I think is going to be what is going to be the cause. Um, I think it's still got lower. I think that if you look at these hourly charts, I feel like there's some room below this 452, and then honestly, maybe even this 451.38. So I'm gonna be patient. I'm probably gonna regret that, but I don't want to get on a second candle like this. I usually like to see the hovers like shorter, smaller candlesticks, and then some downside. Um, I really like this 450 level on the daily chart. I know not a lot of people do, but I love it. Um, all the way down here. That'd be a pretty large sell off. I won't lie, but 451 is a pretty decent level. I'm playing the SPX today. I like the action on it. I like the way that they're moving. The last 3 days I've hated it like crazy. I just took a little SPK dump a few minutes ago. Let's go, baby. Um, and I'm gonna go 10 contracts here. I'll put 4K in there. If I lose like 400, $500, then so be it. But the upside on these things, I'm trying to make like 2, 3 grand. I'm trying to get a little action in this account. I'm trying to get a little action in this afternoon. I'm trying to get a little action this week. I'm trying to get action some even tonight. Microsoft got absolutely slaughterhouse today. A lot of technology did, which was very much needed. I won't lie to you guys. Tesla down 9% today. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Nice little gap fill down too on that daily chart right there. That's beautiful. Huge reversal. Wow, I like that a lot. One thing I hate is snow a lot. I hate this stock lately. Been waiting for it to break out, but it hasn't done it yet. I haven't taken a big loss on it in a while, but one stock that I did take a big loss on is this Coinbase play. So I got, I got a vengeance coming for this one. But wow, Meta took a deep dive too. Honestly, this is all needed. Larger pullbacks. We're seeing an $8 drop day, which is huge. That's a huge drop day. So looking good there. I really like the SPY levels here to this 450. I think we might be a little overextended. This looks like it's going to come up a little bit more. So I'm going to wait for these 45.40s. I'm going to wait till it gets to about, let's see if we can time this correctly. Because when it's SPX, same days, timing is everything. So let's see if we can create an alert at the right place. I'm going to wait for this retest of this most recent support, and then most likely I'll try to take a put on a slower, smaller volume candlestick. So patience for now. That's what trading is. It's all patience. I'll tell you what, though. This $200 break on Apple is going to be beautiful. I would love to buy some of these like 191 for like a couple weeks out, and Apple just has that absolute tear, and then it returns me a couple 100%. So that looks beautiful. Netflix down 8%. I love that. It's bouncing a little bit though. We like to see that too. Yeah, not really seeing too much that I like. I won't lie. SPY's a little bullish right now, so I'm staying away. What I would really look for on this is the pullback and the SPY. I really like that 450 level. Usually when you see these downtrends in a large green candle like this, you're going to see some buying. You saw it over here. Large reversal, most likely going to be a reversal here. So, I don't know. I kind of like maybe this 453 rejection for some puts. That seems like it would start to be a little bit more bullish. I might wait for like this little 452.90 area for a rejection. Looking at these premium prices here, I would love to buy these around like 270, buy like 10 of them. My stop would be like 220. I go down 500, or I make a bag. So I'll probably maybe I'll stop myself at like $400. Keep it real small. Boom. All right. Love to see this 453. As soon as I get to this level in this SPX, I'll probably look for a rejection here. I know it's starting to slow down a little bit. It's getting near the end of the day. Hopefully Power Hour has some weakness for us. I know the Qs might see a nice little $10 drop day. I would love to see a nice little $3, $4, $5 drop day in the SPY. Could easily see a $5 drop day in this to get to that 450. So I'm not going to count it out. And I honestly love the downside. And I don't know who was in QQQ at all, but downside was easy play all day long. So it's been a while since we've seen a really nice move down on the daily chart or even the 5-minute chart all day. Usually we just see a lot of bounces lately, so everybody's used to buying calls. Can't forget about the put side, because the put side, I will say, always makes a lot more money than the call side because people sell a lot faster than they buy. So you can see this massive dump from 384 all the way down to 379. Pretty crazy that this ramped up after Netflix and Tesla both had pretty terrible earnings reports. I don't know if anybody saw them, but margins are thinning on Tesla, and there's a lot of concerns about the Cybertruck as well. So there's not a lot of opportunities for the market to continue up on something like that. Two major tech companies talking about some issues that they're facing. So I still like the SPY play. I don't want to get in too early, though. It's chopping. I don't want to get caught in the chop. I don't want to buy it, have it spike on me real quick, and then come back down. I really want to see around this level. And the reason for that is a nice little downtrend that we got going on over here. So let's just draw that. Boom. Boom. I'm going to wait for it to test this, and then I'm going to go for the downside. So hopefully we can see some chop for a while. Watch it chop. Maybe we can get these to around 270 a piece. That'd be beautiful, and then I would absolutely buy these for the downside. So don't want to get chopped out. As you can see, if I were to buy at 370, 380, try to chase it, it's way too slow, and it might be trending upward. Torn Trader, QQQ, still good for puts in my opinion. I believe it. Futures trading, I am done for the day. I had to close the brokerage. Had a really good day in the futures market. So taking my profits, walking away, not giving any away. You saw me on live yesterday give away like $500 of the 1,500 I was up or 1,300 I was up. So walking away from futures, I think that's beautiful. But as I go for these SPX plays or SPY plays, I still think that it's a really good opportunity for the downside or upside. You can play futures based off of the direction that I'm talking about for SPY, QQQ. SPY, I really want to see it touch this trend line, and then I would get in. I think that I could get these under 300 a piece, which would be really nice. So I'm going to wait and see. Saw a lot of consolidation today. So there's only a few moves you could have played. You could have played this massive drop down, this reversal candle up. A lot of chop here. This probably didn't pay too much. This one at the top of the Bollinger Band reversal was a nice play, and then this one right here. So there's really only like 3 to 4 opportunities today in the whole overall market, unless you played like Tesla downside for tomorrow and just held all day, or even Netflix on the bounce if you got that. I would love to see these right up to this line. We're not there just yet. Hopefully, it's around that 452.90 mark. Maybe even this 453. We could break it. So keep in mind this could still be bullish somehow. I don't think it is, but stranger things have happened. So that's why you always got to keep your stop losses. But entries are everything when you're playing stuff like this. This kind of looks like a little head and shoulders too on the 30-minute. Boom, boom, boom. Love to see this break down to 450 by the end of the day. Yeah, theta's starting to get to these pretty nicely. So the longer we wait out, the less we have to stress about theta. So I'm going to go SPX. I'm going to go pretty heavy, looking for a rejection back down to this low of the day. I just know that this is a reversal candle and probably going to trend upward just for a little bit here. My stop loss will be above this 453 mark, and I'm probably going to enter in around 452.90. So probably about 30, 40 cents a pop I would look to get out. So that's why I'm being very patient. I'm going to go 10 contracts here. Maybe I'll even start with like 5. I hate to average in with the SPX because it really only goes one way, and once you're wrong, you get destroyed. So just being careful right now. Being patient, but I like this downtrend. I want it to scoot its way on up there. Please don't reverse now. The best part about this is that these are the 4.540s. So if this does start to plunge, these are going to soar because it's already in the money, right? So it can only go up from here. And damn it, I think I may have missed the entry point. I'm going to wait for it, though. I'm going to wait for this trend line to test. I'm going to be patient. These are the two levels that I'm playing. This is a really good opportunity here for some downside. I feel like this is just trying to consolidate a little bit before it extends down. If we go into power hour here in the next 6 minutes with a lot of losses, it's going to be great. Keep you to that 5 minute. Do you use 1 minute for entries? I do not use the 1 minute for entries ever. I think that's way too much noise. I actually go further out, right? So this hourly chart looks really good to me. Nice little double bottom bounce here at this 452, but below that, I see a lot of weakness down to 451.50 and then to this 450. So these are the levels that I'm really paying attention to. Boom. And boom. So no confirmation that it's going to get sold off just yet. I'm making chicken in the air fryer right now, so I might have to go check on it in a second. But 452.75, 452.80 is really where I want to get involved with these. I told you I kind of want to buy these under 300 if possible, or at least the low 300s. So I would love to see a green candle here. Not upset that I'm not in them right now because chop and theta is ridiculous. And this is usually where I start getting really pissed off. It's like when it's chopping me and then it goes against me. And then you're just sitting here, you're like, why the hell did I take that trade? There was no point in me being involved in that trade. Was it because I was very upset that I wasn't in on this first pullback, and then you get in at a terrible price around 460, and you're like, oh shit, now I'm at 400 and I have to average down in order to make money. You keep averaging down. Next thing you know, you get stopped out and you're down $2,000. That's happened to me a million times, and that's not what I'm trying to do today. So hopefully we can get a little bounce this 452.50, see some upside, see it chop a little bit, and then we catch that massive run down. So I look at these Bollinger Bands. They're expanding to the downside, so I'm just giving it a little bit more time to really start getting down here, and then we could ride it down. So it's exactly what it did over here, expanded the Bollinger Bands over here, and then it rode it all the way down. Huntington Park, California, getting a call from there. I'm sure that is a real call. Beautiful downside on Tesla and NVIDIA. Recently, like for end of day. Oh yeah, it's just riding the whole way. Same with Tesla. Beautiful. I love it. And honestly, I love this because I want to see some upside in Tesla later. Right? So this thing just absolutely exploded. It's crazy that literally weeks it took to get up to this level. In 2 days, it's completely wiped out. So that's why I think that active trading is the best, because, I mean, you could just pay attention to all your stocks, all your crypto, all your positions and you could take profits and then get back in them later. Yeah, you pay taxes, but it's better than giving back about a month worth of gains that you waited for no reason. So that's my spiel. A break below this is what we're looking for. This shows weakness. This shows that a lot of sellers are coming there. It's funny because like a lot of the times this is where people enter. I try to enter in early, which sometimes buries me, but I get a much better return than most people because I get in early for this break. A lot of people wait for this test breakdown because if it touches this and then rips through, they make money. But I like to get in like up here for that break, and then I scale out a little bit at this level because if it bounces, then people that are getting in here will get stopped out very fast. I like to get in a little early. I love this bounce that's happening right now. Let's see if we can get these under 300. Under 300 would be great because 4.539s would be literally right at the money. And if this drops to the low of the day and this goes like 425, these things would be worth over 1,000 a piece, no problem. So 2 minutes till power hour. Would love to see this rip down. I actually want to see a couple green candles here, but trying to get it under 300. That would make me feel good. Not looking good. Just broke that 452.50. It's up to 450. Some people are looking for this short right at this level, this 452.38 mark that I have. This is the low of the day. Just pinned right here, which is all right. We don't want to get stuck in the chop, but I am going for the SPX. You guys don't have to play same day. You don't have to play SPX at all. You could play futures. You could go SPY. You could go QQQ. I'm just going SPX because I'm feeling a little risky. I have a real problem with that a lot. What makes you confident that it reverses at the line and not break through? Well, that's the risk to reward ratio game, right? So at any point, if it does break through this, my stop loss will be right here, right? So I'd rather get in at this break and have a stop here than get in here, watch it bounce, and then get out at the break because that's a lot of money, right? So it's all about minimizing your risk. Excuse me, having a large multiple, like an R multiple. So you're just saying, once you get out at this position right here, so say it goes against you, trades go against you, you get stopped out, whatever. But much rather get stopped out if it breaks through this and closes above this 450 than getting in here at 370. And by the time it gets up here, it's going to be worth like 200. So I'd rather get in around like 280 and then get stopped at 220 than get in at 400 and get stopped at 220. You know what I mean? So it's all about your risk to reward. It's all about your risk ratio. And it could go either way. You're right. But I'd much rather get stopped out if it goes against me up here than down here. So a little food for thought. 452 seems like a valid bottom today. You could be right. Could be right. But we haven't had a sell-off day in a long time, especially in the SPY. We got a huge one in QQQ. And it's been a long time since I've seen the SPY down more than $5. More down than $3. So and here's the bounce. Here is the bounce. Under 300, I might start dabbling in here. Maybe it's starting to get some buyers here. Never a good sign when you're going against the opposite way, but it is getting closer and closer to that level that I have drawn. Now I could go for the rejection, right? There's two options I have here. I could go for the rejection, or I could buy it for the dip buy. There's my chicken. Oh, man. Please tell me that wasn't the buy. It did get there at 300 there. I'm trying to get it under 300. That's really my goal. I'm being stingy, but you have to be with the SPX, or else it will literally wipe your ass. Is learning options hard? No. Learning options is not hard. Executing options is hard, right? Because you got to factor in theta, all that type of stuff. If you want the easy route, if you have a lot of money in a long term account, you can sell options because options go to zero, right? Almost every option goes to zero. So if you sell them, you just collect the premium. By buying them, you have an opportunity to make a lot of money. So for this example, this just ran $120. I would have bought 10. I'd bet up 1,200, and now it's gonna. Is it gonna drop? These green to red candles, those are usually really good, but I don't know if I trust it. I don't trust this chop. It's only within a 20, 30 cent range. And I can't buy this low, but damn, it just ran $170 a contract. That'd been $1,700 there, $1,500. I gotta go get my chicken. If this goes down a low of the day, I'm gonna be upset, but I'll be right back. 2 seconds. Damn it! It did it. It broke. Damn it. But it's still kind of chopping. This would have been a great entry point, but damn. It's still kind of coming out a little bit. It's really chopping. I don't know, guys. I kind of want to get in one or a couple here, but this chop is pretty bad. Although this does have a nice little curl to it, so it looks like it's headed to that low of the day. This one hurts. We watched it for a little bit. It didn't yet get to that line. I guess I could have started to get in a little early on that pop-up, but this was a pretty strong candle, I won't lie. So I thought that maybe we could have got that actual test. I'd rather miss it than buy it and get stopped. Buy too early. That would have been nice. That would have been very nice. I've been up $2,700 right now. This thing really looks like it's going to go above 800 too. These could go above 8 on this breakdown. Man, that would have been $5,000 if it breaks below that. And that one is going to hurt. Yeah, I would love to get a second chance. I think that this is going to the low. So this is the 5-minute. The hourly chart looks really good. Let's just disregard this little slanted line real quick. Because it's supposed to be a flat line. But it's right at this level because this is a major support level. So I'm just going to let that go for a little bit. This is the support level off of the low of the day. And this is coming from this level from right back here on Monday. So we could have seen the bottom. So I'm not going to be too upset about it just yet. And Theta is going to chop these. But I might get an opportunity. So these are the two levels. If I were to buy, not in yet. Really kind of missed out on that 300 level, but we'll wait and see here. I would like to see this actual test of this trend before we get a reversal, but I think that might be a dud at this point. Maybe we could play SPY tomorrow. See what those would pay. For the 451s. Less theta, less risk. 451s would still pay $400 per 10 contracts. That's actually pretty good. I could get 30 of these. Let it run $1. It'd be about 1,500. 30 of those on $1 down would be pretty nice. SPX is just really fun to play, but it might be safer to get these 452s. I'm going to send the 452s over. Buy a lot more contracts. I think the SPY is probably the safer bet anyway. Boom. These really aren't going to move that much. I think I might just play the SPX and keep a small stop loss just to feel right about it. Because it's 3:09. We only have 50 minutes left. I might as well try to just scalp something instead. Man, these 440s are 580. That really stings. We just saw those at 300. Now they're up 300 a pop. It's slowly getting there, though, which is really hurting the premiums in SPX. So I'm not really too upset by this. But that would have been a hell of a play. It's really weak, guys. I feel like we're probably going to see this test and this breakdown below 452. Might bounce at this 451.90-ish level, but that would send us down to probably this 4530 if we break below that, which is actually a decent drop. So that would probably make these worth like 500 to 600 a piece as well. So I might wait. Maybe we can get one more test of this line. It's really weak. Let's just zoom in here. Let's get some real action over here. All right, I'll be right back. This chicken's gonna burn itself, but give it 1 second. I'm gonna take this trade, I swear. There we go. We're getting the jump. We're getting the jump. 4.35s. Will these go in the money? It's a little scary. A little scary. I don't think I'm going to take it until I see that trend line test. I think that might be my final synopsis. This is the hourly. This is the 15. Wow, the 15. Look at that head and shoulders. That looks so ugly. 215 here. I could buy 10 of these real quick. What are the 40s? What are the 40s? 472. I'm not ready for those. Honestly, I might buy way less of these. Because these could run pretty quick. I'm going to wait for this test, though. Just look at this 15-minute chart. This looks so weak. And that's the worst part is it's this close to the end of the day because this would have been a banger trade if it wasn't so close. I mean, there's just so much room down. I can't imagine that this flips back green. Notice how this Bollinger Band is starting to carry off to the side. It might chop us. Oh, man, that could have been a good opportunity. I'm very hesitant today. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I think it's because I'm trying to buy a lot of these. That was our opportunity. Fuck. Look at that. 200 to 295, 265. See, that's what's tough about the SPX is even like that little pop is 35 cents now. So it's a little terrifying. This is going to go to that low of the day mark. And this is why I'm scared. Because it's not really doing much. Even though, like right here to here, like that's a pretty big drop from this 452.75. I mean, I guess it's only 50 cents. That's another reason why I'm scared is because it's not moving a lot. The candlesticks look like they're moving a lot, but the price isn't. So that's why if you literally top ticked it, you're only up $100 a contract, which is a lot, but you just did on SPY. Just got a toe in the water. You just did on SPY puts. Hopefully SPY puts for tomorrow. A toe in the water is a bad reference when it comes to SPX, though, because SPX could chop you out in one tick. Like that tick probably would have stopped me. It's going to go lower, isn't it? Look at this. It's just itching to go down. God damn it. This 451.50. If you got SPY puts, you're probably sitting pretty. It's hard for me to buy at the support level because it could bounce it. I've been waiting for this trend line test this entire time, and it's literally was an inch away, and now it's cooking. Damn. Well, my hesitancy, hopefully you guys got into the downside because now this is at 700. Oh, man. I knew it. 750. It's bouncing at this support level. This is one big one. If it doesn't hit this, it's just going to collapse into the close. So this is really make or break. If I was in this trade, I would be cutting some at this break level and letting some runners ride with a stop loss at like right up here. Because if this thing breaks below this, we got a lot of room down, and then I would hop in. Really hard to buy at this support level though, but damn. Even these 45.35s. Oh, it just hit my level. Shit, man. Well, Torn Trader, how are those contracts paying? Are they paying well? Maybe like $20, $30 each? $20%? Hell yeah. Well, good catch. And damn it, man. Look at these, 830. Oh, we almost got this too. That would have been 5 grand. 6 grand. Damn. I knew it. I knew it. Now they're over 1,000 apiece. That is actually crazy. Well, it broke both my levels, so. The next target is this 150. Honestly, could probably see this for 450 if this keeps collapsing, but they're over $1,000 a contract now. From 300 to 1,000, $700 a piece. That hurts. Good shit. I would say that. What's causing this drop? It's just the way the market is, and it's due for a pullback. And those were some key levels. Starting to catch some buyers here too, so be careful. That hurts me, but you live and you learn. Honestly, it's going down to this 451 level. 451, probably like this 40. If we catch a couple more sellers here, there's no reason why it wouldn't. Just continue to drop. It's not that much of a drop though, so 50 cents isn't going to pay that much. Lots of volume coming in here at the end of the day. I'm very disappointed in myself for not getting in. Market was looking for a catalyst to the downside and got it with Netflix and Tesla. Yep. Everyone's ready to take profits. Records amounts of millionaires are sort of sitting on cash right now, so that doesn't tell you enough. Still got some weakness to it. If you're in, I would still be holding. It's gonna run to that 40, 450, 150. Damn, man, I really, really wish I would have got these. I might go in the monies here. 282. Do I go for it? Or is it too low? Feels too low. I got my finger on the trigger for this to go to that low, but it's right at that resistance point. Oh, I just hit 5 limit at 2 and I missed it. Damn. That would have been a really. I tried to get that 452 rejection, which was almost perfect, but I missed the fill. What time is it? 3:22. Oh, we got some time. We still got some time. if I can get these a little bit cheaper. I'm going to go for these 45-30s. I'm kind of doing this in a terrible spot, to be honest, but because there's not much more room down. Literally, this was the best entry point, but I got cold feet, and then I also got cold feet here. But I think that if you're in on the put side for those SPY plays that I was talking about, maybe I would honestly probably trim out because there's not too much room down. You could probably get another 10, 15%, but that catch was massive. That's a beautiful trade. This looks like it's headed down lower too. Damn. Missed my fill. Would have been a nice little $500 gain right there. This thing is going down to this level almost to a T, 450, 140. If this thing goes to 450, I'll be very sick. That's the next level I have. I doubt it does, but there is still 20 or 37 minutes left. How's the Qs? Oh, the Qs almost hit $10 drop. We were due for one of these days. Considering swinging calls at close. Honestly, I would probably wait because if we gap down, let's say to like 372 or 371, calls in the morning would go crazy. And right into that gap fill. It would be beautiful. But if it does gap down, that's also good for swinging puts. So it's up to you. This thing hasn't moved at all, but damn, these were at 190. I don't even want to look, but I'm gonna. 45 40s that I was talking about to getting in at 300, 10 of them. Oh, they're still right around 1,000. It's not bad. But still. Hurts the soul. Man, these are just cooking. Damn. 18%, great trade. That's a great trade. $1,100. Guys, this is just going to pain me. If you're in the tomorrow SPY contracts, I would probably just hold this for this test. Honestly, at this point, it's going right below it. There's no buyers anywhere. It's 325. The D quotes came in 5 minutes ago. You won't see any more D quotes till 350, so. Man. From 3 to 11. 8 grand. What would I have done with 8 grand today? Probably nothing, but it would have been really cool. I haven't seen Tesla down 10% in a long time either, but honestly, thank God. I needed that. Where is Tesla? Down here. $29? Damn. I wonder what these contracts paid. These probably paid ridiculously because it really wasn't down that much at open, was it? Couple $6 maybe, and it ran $23 down. Damn. Its open was $200. It had to hold all day, but still. Oh man, the SPY. Damn it. I just hate when I'm on the right side and I don't execute. Cold feet. Cold feet. These are at 1200. So regardless, I probably wouldn't be holding now anyway. I probably would have sold at 10, but it's crazy to see them still running. I just had a little bit of patience. Yeah, this is definitely where I'd be selling out right now. So I would have probably taken like 11 something. But regardless, I probably would have scaled out. I wouldn't have held this long. But massive profits. If you guys were on the put side there, congrats. You watched me get cold feet. That damn chicken. It was the chicken. Nah, it definitely wasn't. Because I was looking for this level right here to get in at 10, and I missed it. I was here. I was watching it. I was just waiting for one more tick. I was waiting for just like a little bit cheaper, right below 300. That would have been the sweet spot, but it literally bounced right at 300. I was looking for like a 280 fill, 290, and I missed it by like a hair. And that's the name of the game. I can't believe I missed that entry. Would have been 9 grand from top to bottom. I would have never sold at 12. Probably this 10. Taking 7 grand. It hurts so bad. Damn. Well, I don't really have anything else. Other than I hope that this just gaps down overnight and then I can play calls in the morning. But damn, bro, that is crazy. 3 to 12. And honestly, the amount of weakness that's still here, this is probably going to go even lower. But it's same day expiration, so I would have cut these bitches for sure. 3:30, 30 minutes left. That, man. Maybe a small pop up. I'm honestly, that the move already happens. There's nothing better than seeing, this is what I saw, right? There's nothing better than seeing some of these curl movements. You can see them a lot of the times. Like this one, gap up. This is usually a reversal indicator, but once it's chopping for like 20 minutes and it's not going anywhere, you got some time. And you go for these lows of the day, right? This is what I usually play. With the risk to reward ratio, somebody said, how do you know if it's going to go up or down? You never know, right? But you can minimize your risk based off of your entry point. So when you see this massive run up, you're like, oh, I could buy now that it's up. No, give it a second, right? Because it's in a downtrend. You see a massive green wick up. When you want to buy puts or buy a direction, you wait and buy in the chop because it's about to make a decision. And let's say I wanted to buy puts at this level, which is right here, which I should have. I was just a little bit below or a little bit above. I would have entered. But my stop loss would have been here, right? So this is a very, very small risk to reward ratio, or a big risk to reward ratio, but a small risk, right? So if I bought 10 here, I probably would have lost about $400 or $500, which sounds like a lot. But if I held to this bottom, this break that I was talking about, I would have made $8,000. You do the math there. The risk to reward ratio is literally 16, so 16R. So massive run up. So similar situation that's happening right now. This is a massive spike up. I would never buy puts just because I saw this huge ass wick. Now we might see a red candle right here into consolidation, but with this type of wick, I would expect one more to the high, right? Or to this most recent support line. So this is going to act as resistance. Now people are coming in. These contract premiums are getting destroyed. This is why in the SPX you have to be in, out, follow your stop loss up, and minimize that risk to reward ratio. So you always want to have a small risk with a large reward. Even if you do get stopped, it doesn't matter. You take the trade, you let the plan work out. I didn't get to take the trade because it didn't touch my plan. My plan was to take the reversal on this trend line. Didn't see the trend line test, so I figured I had just a little bit more room. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. And unfortunately, that was about an $8,000 miss, but there's opportunities in this every single day. You don't usually see the SPX move like this anymore, so this would have been a great day to capture that. I just unfortunately missed it, but regardless, I'm not upset by it. This is a huge run up right now. I don't really know if I'm going to continue to play any of this, but let's see how cheap these got. These 35s. Maybe we can catch like a tiny pullback. Honestly, might go call side because that was a pretty large jump. $200. Yeah, I'm probably going to stay away. But regardless, I missed that entry point. You guys can all see the plan. Some of you guys got the SPY. Some of you guys got the SPX. Some of you guys took some puts on that. So congrats if you caught that. I personally didn't. I'm a little upset by it because that would have been a banger. That would have made my week, honestly, if I made the $7,000. That would have put me over the 5-figure mark for the week, which is what we need. But it's been very choppy. I haven't traded that much. Futures has been the name of the game so far today, but we're seeing some nice action. And honestly, there's 27 minutes left. Could see a nice little scalp. This is a huge reversal. I would not go against this momentum right now. It seems like a lot of people are trying to buy in the end of the day. Looks like a lot of people had your idea, Torn Trader. I think that was you. Somebody said swinging calls. Yeah, that could have been you, man. Swinging calls. That's what everybody else is thinking right now off this big drop. But I don't personally think. Is it smart to play Bollinger Band reversals? Yes. I think so. But when you play Bollinger Band reversals, you got to make sure that it's flat, right? Like you don't want to buy while it's riding it down. Make sure that there's low volume and it's just going sideways, right? That's really kind of shows a key indicator. And one thing that really shows a reversal is these bullish engulfings at the bottom of Bollinger Band, or a hammer candle, which is, let's see if we can find you one. I think a lot of people know what that is, but this is a hammer candle, like this. Massive lower wick, green candle. Usually there's no wick at the top, but that shows a true sign of a reversal right there, most of the time. Sometimes you get some fake outs like this one, but this is a weird setup. So here, honestly, I would take some calls for a pop-up. I don't think that this is going to go much lower than what it just did. I think it just hit that level. Oh, no. Yeah. All right. Yeah, now it's probably most likely going to go over this. So these are reversal candles almost by trade. It's almost at that 4-5-3-5. Maybe I will take some puts just for like a quick scalp. These things got decimated. So notice how this was my support line, and now you're starting to see this Bollinger Band go sideways. It curls in. That kind of hammers in a bottom, right? So a lot less demand, a lot less selling pressure. So now it's either going to just chop or completely reverse. But I would probably confidently say that that's most likely the bottom is at this level. Almost to a T what I put out there. So off by like maybe, what is this? 3 cents. Not bad at all. So that's kind of it. This is the momentum trade. So this is kind of a reversal. We're starting to see some wicks. But what was that? Do you trade with shares sometimes or just do options? I do options. I don't really do shares. Shares I just have long term, and I use my shares to sell options. But my share account is literally just the TQQQ. I actually just sold some cover calls on them and trimmed out, like I said. I was doing last live, 2 lives ago. I sold a lot of my shares because I didn't see a lot of opportunity left in the TQQQ. I bought a bunch of shares around 21. That was my average. Sold a lot of them around 46. Huge. Wasn't the top, but pretty close. This was at 91. Now let's look at the QQQ side by side. So it's a triple leveraged here. When you look at the weekly, I didn't see much of an opportunity because it's near all-time highs, but with it being triple leveraged, it kind of cuts it in half. So we got pretty close to that half mark. I said I wanted to sell around 54. Could have probably got there if I held, but I'll probably re-enter. I still have some left. I have some runners left, but nowhere near as big as the position. Now I'm going to utilize all that money I just made, which was 100%, and just for your sold options, have they ever been exercised, or do you always make good money? Sold options, exercised, or make good money? I don't exercise options very often. I usually just sell for the premium. Um, a lot of the times when I'm selling puts, if I'm going long, I'll let those exercise. I'll take the shares because if I'm selling something, I used to sell a lot of puts in Coinbase, which is actually huge. I was building a position in Coinbase just by selling premiums, and then I finally got a couple hundred shares of Coinbase, and now it's just riding all the way up. And honestly, everybody's already seen what's happened. I was trying to tell people to sell premiums on Coinbase because of their options chain. It's always inflated. It's really high premiums, and they don't move much, and they all go to zero. So that was a beautiful one to trade. Now you need 10,000. All you needed was like 4,700 before to sell options, but now you need 10 grand. But if you had 100 shares, you would have made that 5 grand with it. So it's always great to sell options, in my opinion. But I don't really ever exercise them very often unless I'm trying to go long on the play, which I saw Coinbase is a very undervalued play when it was sitting there like 48, 49. Oh, I can't wait to catch NVIDIA's run to 500. All these huge pullback plays are just another opportunity to catch some calls because, I mean, look at this. This is ridiculous. And it's going to go to 500. We all know that. Yeah, so you always make money with the premium and don't lose the shares. Yeah, usually. Usually I'll take like a percentage. So it can still be a trade. It doesn't have to go to zero, right? So if I sell an option, I hold it for 2 nights and it's up like 30% technically, I could still buy it back and uncover it. So it could still be a trade. Like you don't have to collect the $200 in premium per 100 shares every single time, especially for stuff like Tesla. If you have 100 shares of Tesla, I mean, you could be collecting like almost like 500 a week, really, just for 100 shares. But the more money you have, the more money you can make with the premium count. Because I know somebody that has 100 or 1,000 shares of the SPY, and they're set for life. They're making like 5 to 8K a week, just selling contracts. It's ridiculous. Because you can do weeklies, you can do dailies, you can do next day, you can do a bunch of shit. You can sell like 10 at a time. It's beautiful. And we're getting that spike here on SPY. That was definitely the low. But now we're testing this trend line. I really don't want to buy at the end of the day because these are going to get super volatile, but damn, these are getting cheap. And it's right at the money. If it tests this, I'm going to take some puts. I'm not going to lie. If it tests this downtrend, I can't imagine that it breaks at the very end of the day. Oh, it's getting so close. Do I do it? The 1 hour chart's starting to form a little hammer action. So maybe we definitely just bottomed for the day. But do we get any little bit of a pullback here? 30-minute looks really strong. 15-minute also strong. It might break out. And even if I do make any money, it'll be a very small amount. So I missed the move. I should just chalk it up. Hopefully you guys caught that. Hopefully this makes sense. Because when you're following these downtrends, everyone's like, oh, it's going to go much, much lower. realistically, it's not. When you see a massive move like this, you're probably going to see some short-term upside. So unless you're catching one of these big moves down, you're going to get chopped out in the SPX. So probably better to play futures or SPY next days or even just a SPY in general because SPX is all over the place, especially when it's a same-day expiration. So doesn't feel like it's going to turn around even though we're getting that pop-up. My level was basically to a T to the bottom, and now we're reversing. So there's 18 minutes left in the market. I doubt much happens from here, but I hope that makes sense, and I hope somebody got some downside there because that was a really great trade. I missed out on $8,000, but what are you gonna do? So options can provide a passive income. Yes, if you sell them instead of buy them, or you could buy them. You could trade for passive income, but that's kind of active income, not really passive. But selling them for sure because you can. If you watch my most recent video that I just posted on Instagram, I actually literally just posted this today. I posted this video today. Here you go.
Monopoly before? How would I grow a small account? Have you ever played Monopoly?
Oh.
Have you ever played Monopoly before? Every single time you circle around the board and you pass go, you collect $200. That feels pretty good, right? Because you're collecting a slight income and you're building brick by brick. Well, what if I told you that there's something you can do very similar in real life if you're investing in the stock market? If you have a long-term portfolio, you have over 100 shares in any position, you can sell options against your position and collect a premium or income every week if you wanted to. You could collect about 200 a week, up to 1,000, 3,000, 4,000, depending on how much capital you have in your long-term portfolio. If you want to learn more about this, comment 100 shares below and I'll DM you personally and teach you.
You know? So basically, it's basically like pass and go. Every time you collect, every time you pass go, you collect $200. Is this a Titans shirt? Oh, this is a Titans shirt. Go Titans, baby. We signed DeAndre Hopkins the other day. Sorry, random thought. But yeah, basically you can sell options against your position. You need to have 100 shares of something. So if you have 100 shares of Coinbase, right, you're investing long term because you want it. Or even everybody says buy ETFs, right? You can buy ETFs. You can go the boring route, but boring route works. So if you want long-term shares and you want to invest in the S&P 500 and get that 10%, 20% annually, whatever it's going to happen, because it's honestly up a shit ton this year. So if you want that 10% income long-term, you're just going to continually get that compounding interest, then that's beautiful. But sell some options against it. Every 100 shares you can sell. And every time that you purchase a premium, so let's just say that this is a SPY and it's worth $260. If I sell that, I collect $265. Coin is a great stock. It was a great stock like 3 weeks ago too because it was $45 and now it's $100. So you need to have $10,000 in your account versus $4,500, which is ridiculous. So per 100 shares, you made literally 100% on Coinbase in 3 weeks, just shares. So you put 10K into that, you made 10K in 3 weeks. Ridiculous. That's a long-term play. Here's that put opportunity. I am such a pussy. But this bottomed out. It's not going to go lower. Only risk for the seller is there's not very much risk, honestly. It could go against you, right? So if you sell puts and let's just say it drops below your price. So, all right, let's talk about this. Coinbase, boom. Let's say you have $10,100 in your account to purchase this at $100. You think it's going to bounce at $100 and go higher, right? So you sell puts. You don't want to buy the shares yet. You sell puts. So you sell puts against this because you think it's going to bounce. And let's say you sell the $100 put. Coinbase, boom. Where are you? Here it is. Let's go next week's. Let's go 2 weeks out. So over the course of 2 weeks, you think that these $100 puts, these are going to expire. These premiums are fucking juiced. Wow. $800. You can make $800 every 2 weeks by selling 100 shares or selling one option, right? So you could sell this, and if this expires above 100 at all, you collect all $800. Well, you're going to collect it regardless, right? But if it expires below this, let's say it's at 97 by 2 weeks out. In 2 weeks, $3 away from the money is going to be $126. So you'd be up $700 on the trade. So you could literally just buy it back and make most of the premium. Or you could let it expire. You buy 100 shares at that 100 mark because you had cash in there. So it's called a cash secured put. And then you buy 100 shares at 100 because you sold that strike. It's trading at 97, so you're technically down 300 on the position, but you keep all of the premium. So you're always collecting the premium because you sold it to somebody that bought it from you. So you're always keeping that money unless you purchase it back. Let's say you purchase it back for higher at 900, then you lose $100 on the trade. So, but options, keep in mind, theta is on your side, right? The direction is on your side, and flat choppiness is on your side. So 3 out of the 4 things that make you lose in buying an option are on your side. So you're basically playing with the house. It's a much slower way to compound and make a lot of money, but a much more efficient, much smarter, and much better risk management strategy to continue compounding. Because once you get a ton of money, like I said, if you had, let's say, 100 grand in your account and you bought 1,000 shares of Coinbase, you're making $8,000 every 2 weeks. You're making $16K a month off 100 grand. Beautiful. So, some food for thought. Some food for thought, guys. Change your perspective a little bit when it comes to trading options, because sometimes buying them hurts, stabs you right in the chest. Like some days you miss your entry point, you could have made $8 grand in like 20 minutes and you end up making nothing, and you just sit there and tell yourself, why didn't I execute that? Well, it's because you're soft. So, but in that situation, when you sell things like that, it's not that big of a deal. One time, one of the worst positions I was ever in when I sold an option is I sold some options on Coinbase 3 weeks ago when they got sued, and they dropped 20%. The whole stock dropped 20%, and I sold a put contract the day before. I opened it up. I was only down $200. The stock was down 20%, and I was down $200 on selling an option. And guess what? It ended up going profitable and going to zero anyway if I would have just held it for an extra week, because it bounced, went right back to the money, and the premium decayed over time because theta destroyed the contract. So even though I sold a put the day before the stock dropped 20%, it still went to zero. I would have collected everything, and I still would have made money on it, even though the stock dropped 20% the next day. So the risk, very minimal when you're selling options. It's actually much more efficient, much more profitable, and it's a safe strategy because you're investing long-term and you're trying to collect an income for yourself and rewarding yourself for investing in the long term. So hope that makes sense. Risk is you lose your shares if you have any, or cash your losses if it could be infinite, like short selling. Cash your losses. I wouldn't say it's infinite. I mean, unless you sell like a GME, but I mean, like a Microsoft or like a Facebook, it's a pretty safe strategy to sell cash secured puts. And you could always buy back and take a loss on the cash. But if you have shares on top of that already, you're making money on the share side. And if you just want to add to shares with the cash secured put because you think it's going to reverse, boom. And cash secured put, if it goes up, you want it to go up. So, and then the call side, if you do a covered call, you want it to go down in order to make that premium, but your shares will just go up and counteract that anyway. So it's really, really safe. You're welcome. Honestly, I felt like that was a very fire explanation. So thank God I'm recording this. I don't have to do that again. It's a very slow strategy, guys, but it works. Like, you can make a lot of money. And I know these Coinbase contracts are probably so much more expensive now. These little dirty bastards. Let me see. July 28th. 500? Damn. These were 200. Like, these, like, in the money, like, just out of the monies were 200 when they were 50. So they doubled. So that's the best part about investing long term and selling options. As it goes up and your shares increase and you're making money, the premiums also go up. So when you're selling, you make more premium. It's just a compounding game. And that's why learning a lot already on my first day here. Doc Savage, hell yeah. It's a beautiful game. Selling options is everything. No one ever talks about it in this space, and it really frustrates the shit out of me. And every time I make content about it, I get like no views. It's like it's like people on social media want to hear about like how they can fucking, fart in a box and make it last for 6 weeks, and then when they give it to their friend, it smells funny, right? It's still that fart. But as soon as you tell somebody how to make money on a realistic way, you get shadow banned at like 200 views, maybe. It's crazy. Literally, this is the least amount of views I've gotten on my social media video in a long time, and this is a huge.
Every single time you circle around the board and you
That's why I don't. That's why I don't create stuff like that anymore. It's like almost like you have to like upsell that in order to get that somewhere. Knowledge is power, guys. I'm just gonna start selling consultation packages. I need to see how that's done. I'll research, or do you recommend any? It's not sexy, but that's how people get rich. Like, what's sexy about putting all your money in the same day expiration options play and losing all that? Like, I love to trade options same days. I'm risky, but I keep a stop loss, right? And if I get stopped, that blows. But in terms of short selling or like whatever, who the hell wouldn't want to just an extra $200 a week or an extra $800 a week, or depending on how much money you have, an extra 3K a week? Like, there's so much opportunity in selling options that people don't want to be consistent. They want to be like, oh shit, if I put 5K in this trade, maybe I can make 100%. When realistically, 3 out of the 4 things that are calculating an option are going against you. When you're selling it, you don't get those sexy ass trades. You get 100%, but it's on like $400. Where in reality, like people are making up these like numbers that they could be making 5K, 10K, 20K if they put all that risk in there, not knowing that there's 3 things working against you. Where if you're selling an option, you have 3 things working for you of the 4. There's just more probability, less reward, but you're still pocketing money at a 75% rate, basically. And if you're good at charting and you know when to enter, that goes up even higher. So I don't care about sexy. I do. I do. They got to have long legs, man. And he's got to be rich. But regardless, selling options aren't sexy, but it's beautiful. Hey, boss, do you sell options while we watch? I could do that. I could do something that's like very cheap because I know a lot of people are trying to build small accounts. 1,700. I think this is going to go lower, but I'll teach you guys. Actually, I don't think I have my Roth IRA account. I have a Roth IRA account that I don't put any money in anymore because I have a SEP account, but I could sell options against. I put a lot of money from TQQQ into Mara at 16. Because I think that this is going to run back up to like 40. So I'm very active in my Roth and risky as hell. And I just shift money around and then kind of just ride the wave. But I'm probably just going to stay in Mara for a while until I make 100% on that. Take that, like whatever that is, like 40 grand or whatever that will be. Maybe put it in like Tesla and sell options against that. Just compound it. I need to be here more often. This room rocks. Let's fucking bring your friends, dude. Let's have a one of those weird parties. One of those weird parties. Use your imagination, man. Also, I cannot believe Tesla is down 10%. I will say one of the most beautiful trades that I'm ever going to see is this gap fill. It's 280 to 289. He's so full of info. I'm going to start a consultation service. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. I really have only ever like had my channel that's like a monthly thing, but I should do more. I don't know why I don't. It's because I'm busy. It's because I'm busy. Look for liquid stock with nice spreads. Yep. And honestly, it's Coinbase. Coinbase is the best. I'm just gonna say that. It's tough right now because it's just on an absolute tear. So I wouldn't buy shares here. I'm very upset with myself that I didn't hold these. God, that's beautiful. But something called implied volatility percentage, right? And anything above about 70 or 80% is high, right? And these are at 92. They're always high. It's just because this thing moves really weird and the spreads. I mean, look at this, $500 for this. If I think it's going to be above 101 by next week, I could sell these and I could collect $500. And if it doesn't, fuck it. Let's say it drops down to 90, right? I'd have to buy 100 shares at 101, so I'd be down about $1,000 on the share trade. But long term, this is going to go above that. It's better to buy or sell puts when it's like really oversold and you think it's going to bounce. Now you sell calls when it's really overbought, but you have to purchase the shares. You have to own the shares to sell calls when you think it's going to go down. You don't have to own the shares when you sell puts. You just have to have enough cash to buy 100 shares at the strike you're selling. So say I sold $98 puts here. I wanted to collect $380. I collect $380. And let's just say I need to have $9,800 in my account to sell this put that's cash secured, because 98 times 100 is 9,800. Now, if it goes to 95 and it expires at 95, I let it go. I still keep that 380, but I had to purchase shares at 98 versus 95. So I'll be down 300 on the position, but I'll collect 380. So I'm still profitable at $80. And once this goes back to 101, you're up overall in the trade big time. So any suggestion, if you're ever trying to invest long term, I always suggest selling puts first before you buy it, because you pay yourself before you actually purchase shares. That's just a better way. But what the hell do I know? Regardless, there's 2 minutes left. There's nothing happening. I've been watching the SPY on the back end real quick, and I just went on an absolute tangent. Can you put link in chat? Make that. I want to check it out. Make your chicken and videos, LOL. What's your biggest loss ever, and did it affect your trading? Biggest loss ever? Trading or investing? Because I took a massive, massive, massive loss in the stock market in 2020, at the end of 2021, 2022, just investing. Dude, are you live every day? I've been trying to be. Right around this Monday to Thursday, 2:30 to 4. I won't be live tomorrow, but trading, my biggest loss was, I think, I don't really know, honestly. I want to say it was probably around that $14,000 to $18,000 range. But I don't really risk money like that anymore. I'm to a point now in my trading where I don't need to be making those massive days, because, I just don't have to. Oh, what a beautiful sound. Yeah. I would say around that. I think it's like 14 or 16,000. Biggest day ever. Wasn't trading. It was a swing trade. It was an earnings play. It was a gamble. I put in $4,500 or $4,800. Stupid, but I made like $6K that day. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna take some puts on Zoom. But I also own a marketing agency, so I knew that web traffic views kind of correlated with revenue, views, traffic, whatever, how their earnings were going to be. And when I saw Zoom back in 2021 cliff dive on views because of so many people coming in, their stock wasn't reflecting that. So I put in like $4,800 on the put side, and it dropped like 40%, and I ended up making $73,000. And honestly, that was on my birthday, craziest day of my life. But yeah, that was my biggest day ever. I had a massive loss in investing because I put a lot of money in Robinhood, the actual stock. When it was down like 30%, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put a bunch of money in here, try to catch like a 10% jump and get out. Never went up, and I just kept buying, and I ended up getting absolutely slaughtered. And honestly, that shit still hurts, but I gave back a lot of money back then, about a year and a half ago. This thing was at 85. I ended up, when did I sell this? I think I remember purchasing this around like 40. Like it completely collapsed, and I tried to buy this double bottom. Oh, this is still the analysis. Oh, this hurts. This is when my lines were orange back in the day. Oh, fuck, dude. I remember this so bad. Oh, so fucking bad. This hurts. I bought a bunch of shares at this bounce level right here because it was like where it IPO'd, and I was like, you know what? If this even comes close remotely back to here, I'd make I put in way too much money, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot from putting way too much money in there. Everybody's leaving because the market closed, but whatever. I'm going to finish this story. Then I ended up buying some more here, 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 and here. And then when it got down to here, I was like, all right, that's it. And I ended up losing about 50 or 60 grand. So that hurt a lot. But we're going to make that back, man. You live and you learn. I'm young as fuck. I'm still building another company. Things are going to be great. But the best part about that loss was it's still on my taxes, so I can carry that over. So whenever I'm up 50, 60 grand in the year, I pay $0 in taxes on that because you carry it over. So it all comes back. So it's just a temporary game that I could sit here and be upset about it and never quit again. Or I could just, be like, what the fuck, whatever, who cares? It's just money. It's just a number at the end of the day. And as long as I'm living, I'm living. So one of the craziest things that changed my perspective on this game, stock market's all about money. That's all you think about, numbers, blah, blah, blah. You want to be rich. You want to make $1 million, right? But somebody said, if I offered you $10 million right now, but you couldn't wake up tomorrow, would you take it? And that changed my entire perspective. So I try to enjoy every moment. And even those bad loss days, you just kind of got to keep it going, keep it pushing, and learn from them. Because every loss is a lesson, and at the end of the day, it's just a number. So keep pushing, keep building, and then obviously every single day in the market is an educational day. So that's all I got. I'm signing off. This is going to give me the shits. So I'm going to take my break, and I'm about to go eat some chicken, and we're going to call it. Go Titans, DeAndre Hopkins. We're still going to be last in the division. No worries, we suck, but love you guys. Let me know if you need me.